Buenos dias, chunkies! Coming to you live from Seville. Since last time we talked, I went to the festival of San Juan in Castelldefels, which is a big party in Catalonia at summer solstice to celebrate summer, right? Big feast, a lot of fireworks. Fireworks went off all through the night, pretty much until sunrise, including the next day. Kids throwing fireworks around, a lot of fun. From there, I went up to Barcelona, rumbled around La Rambla, but stayed at one of the Sonda hotels in Barcelona. They're a bit interesting. Look into them if you're kind of wanting something in between an Airbnb and a hotel, particularly for a longer stay. They give you discounts for longer you stay, so you can get like 40% off if you're going to stay for like a month. It's worth checking it out. To that point though, Barcelona is struggling with tourism right now. They have said they are going to not renew the Airbnb permits, or short-term rental permits rather, in Barcelona. There are a lot of pressure there on property prices, affordability, similar thing in Austin. So we need to get a better balance, I think, between tourism, opportunistic property investors and opportunistic nomads coming around, and those, who were born and want to live in the city and stay in the city, and maybe don't have a path forward to do so. So we're pretty privileged, I guess, to ramble through the world and try out those places. Just need to keep in mind that, hey, it's not all smooth sailing for everyone out there, right? Now, speaking of, rumbling, I rumbled up and down La Rambla, went to the beach, got the requisite pair of Sambas as well. So always important to have a good pair of shoes to rumble around in. But look, stayed in Barcelona for a few days. My last night there was Wednesday the 26th, which was Anthony Bourdain's birthday. So I followed his advice and went out for a good meal. I checked out the tapas bar El Zampanyat, which was on no reservations, I think, but managed to get in without real wait. Traveling solo can be good for that, because you typically go just one at the bar and walk straight in, and you're fine. But it's worth checking that out when you are there, or when you are there next. Really, really good food. From there, I went down to Valencia for a bit, for about 36 hours. But before I get into talking about Valencia, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor today, AI Startup Jobs. Go to AI Startup Jobs if you are looking for a job at an up-and-coming AI company. Check out AI Startup Jobs. I'll put the link in the description for everyone there. Now, Valencia oranges, they hit different, right? They are sweet, they are nice, they are all pretty much squeezed freshly for you when you order it. They bring a smile to your face immediately. One other thing that did bring my smile to my face was their local cocktail, Agua de Valencia. It's made from orange juice, cava, gin, and vodka. It's got like a supercharged mimosa, and with the Valencia orange juice, so good. So good. But look, I rumbled around through Valencia. They've got a park that goes through what I guess used to be a river. And I walked down that. I think that goes for something like 15 to 20 Ks or something, but I walked down that to the Palace of the Arts and the Caixa Forum and the aquarium, and then walked through the old F1 track to the beach. The F1 track is still got like markings and paint on it from, where the race used to be, the lines of the race course, the former sponsors. They haven't had a race there for 12 years now, 14 years or something. So it's still impressive that it's all held up, but also still, curious. You look around there, and they try to revitalize that part of town. Didn't quite stick fully, but there's definitely still some improvements that I guess haven't made from what that neighborhood used to be. Getting to the beach in Valencia was great. It was a bit of an onshore breeze, which is nice to alleviate some of the heat. The sand at Valencia Beach is some of the best sand I've ever felt. I've traveled around the world, been to a bunch of beaches, grew up in Australia, but the sand at Valencia was amazing. It's soft, it feels nice underneath your feet. So if you do ever get a chance to stumble through Valencia, make sure you go and put your fingers, toes through the sand, and go check that out. At night though, I rumbled through the El Carmen neighborhood and had some fun drinks around town. Chatted to some people who were there, some Australians partying there for Pride. Speaking of Pride though, I got the train down to Seville, and to my surprise, On Saturday night, it was the Pride Festival in Seville, which apparently is one of the biggest in Europe. Everyone was out. It felt like there were 150,000 people roaming around the streets in costumes. I wish I knew, would have got the costume, would have prepared for it a bit. But hey, there's surprises you find out along the way. Seville's been pretty fun. I had quite a few good meals here. It's a nice, interesting mix of different architecture styles, from modern to the time when Seville and parts of Spain was occupied, and as well as building them on more Roman and then also modern Spanish kind of architecture. Seeing it all together is really, really interesting. Speaking of parks, Seville's got great parks as well. I feel like I've been pretty lucky to experience most of these parks. In Barcelona, in Valencia, in Seville. All of them have amazing public transport as well, which is really, really good. It helps you get around town fairly quickly. After this, I'm off to Barcelona for a few more nights and then off to Croatia. One last little note from me: if you want to go to Spain, concerned that you don't speak Spanish, don't be too much. Most of the tourist areas, people speak English pretty well. You can typically get by. If you do want to go off the beaten path though, you will need a guide or learn how to speak Spanish. Don't make the mistake I did though. I spent months on Duolingo learning some variety of American Spanish. I'm not sure if it's Mexican per se or something from South America, but it definitely wasn't Castilian Spanish. So sometimes you can get different words mixed up, and sometimes you don't know quite what you're saying all the time properly. Just be aware of that. Have a great day, everyone. Hopefully I'll post another video from Croatia next week. Adios, chunkies.